these are the top 5 Lego rock designs. I actually used every single one of these designs in my own Lego Tython mock, which you can check out the finale for right here. It's a pretty cool mock based off of Tython from The Mandalorian. And I totally recommend for you to use these Lego rock designs in your Lego mocks, whether it be like a park or I don't know, wherever rocks are, whatever you're building. If there's a rock, you can use it. So without further ado, let's jump into some rock designs. So number 5 is actually the simplest of the bunch, and it actually only consists of 3 pieces. You just have your one slope here, and then you just have like the opposite slope, and they're attached together, and then you just have this little like kind of like a positioning piece, I guess you could say. Then you just attach that right on to the back on the other side, and then you can position this rock however you want, and you don't have to just have it like straight. You can have it like tilted or however you really like. I think this is really cool for using on hills like I did over there. It works really well. You can just like slap it on there, and it can just be positioned like that, like you would see on a hill. Obviously you can use whatever colors you want, whether you use like dark bluish gray or whatever. And if you want to get really fancy, you can make this like a sand color or even a green color, and then plant this into the ground to make it seem like it's just like sticking out and not actually attached by this piece, like this is not part of the rock. And that would be a really cool effect. So the way I actually use it in my mock is I just place this down like that and just put it like that, and it looks like it's sticking out of the ground. But you could just as easily do something like this where you I don't know, just put it right there. Let me just get that on, and then you have it sticking out that way. You could even fill like some cheese slopes right in there to make it look a little more flush, or you could put it here. That would look really great. Let me just get that. And that looks super great in my opinion. So this is just a really easy one you can do with only 3 pieces. Number 4 is also very easy, just a little bit different. You still have that same base part with the 2 slopes, but then the way it's attached to the ground is actually just with this little snot piece. So that just attaches right into the back there, and it looks pretty good. You can also use this little piece, which is just a little bit of extra detail. And I actually put this little sloping piece onto the side there just to create like this little curve, which looks very natural, I think, and looks really great. So the way I use this one on Tython is I actually just stuck it onto the ground right there, and then just made it look a little bit more flush with this sloping piece right here, which just makes it look a little bigger. This would look good on its own, but I just decided to make it look a little bigger. And then I just, as we get that stormtrooper out of the way, I just put another little cheese slope right here, which just kind of makes it look a little more flush with the ground. This rock design could be used in more specific situations, but I think it will look great any way you really decide to use it. My next design is actually very similar in the way it's connected to the ground. I just used a snot piece right here, which is just a green piece, and it's supposed to look a little bit more like part of the ground than really part of the rock, just to mix it up a little bit. Then I used just 2 smaller sloping pieces right here, and then I just used this pointy piece up here to make it look a little bit more chiseled away, and I think it looks really good. I used this smaller rock detail piece just to make it look a little bit more curved at the top, just to, you know, represent rocks. And I just took this one and attached it right in there, and then just used some cheese slopes to really meld it together. I'll just get that out of the way with that part right there, and that looks really good. If you have found any of these rock designs helpful so far, be sure to smash that like button, because it always helps out the channel a ton, and it's a great way to say thank you for showing me these rock designs. But the next 2 designs are absolutely killer, so you're definitely going to want to see those. This design is actually more of a boulder in my opinion, just because it has this really circular look to it, and I think it looks good just to mix up your rocks a bit. So I just use this obviously pretty standard slope piece, and then this more specialized kind of sloping piece on the bottom, which has like kind of an edge on both sides. I then actually put this like clip piece in the middle, and then I just attach this other clip piece on the edge. This could actually be gray if you want to, just to make it part of the rock, but I decided just to make it part of the terrain and the grass. And then I just put some more other colors in the middle, and I just used this kind of sand blue color just to make it look a little more, I don't know, blue, I guess. But you can use whatever colors you want in the middle. So the way you actually use this one is I would just make sure you have this part 1 plate above here, just so it actually works a lot better. Then you just take this small part attach it right onto there. Then you can just move that right down and use some cheese slopes on the side just to make it meld a little bit better. And then there you go. This is definitely one of my favorite and most creative rock designs that I put into this MOC, but the next one is actually better than this one. So our final rock design actually only revolves around one singular piece. And this piece is really great. You should definitely get it if you don't have it, because it can be used in so many situations. But it is this kind of like, it's a snot piece that has studs on all sides. I'm not going to take everything off just because I don't want to destroy it. But if you don't have this piece, you should certainly get it, because it is super useful in doing rocks. And it doesn't even matter what color you have it in, because it's getting hidden on all sides. So what you do is you just take slope pieces and put them in however you like, whatever looks good to you. I just did something like that, and then boom, you're done. I just also like put a cheese slope on top just to make sure you're covering up that stud there. And then you just take, that one stud on the bottom, and you can just put it down onto any stud you really like. I actually did something unique where I just used this type of piece right here. It just kept things a little cleaner, and I really do think it looks good. So you just take your piece, put it on there, and then you're done. It floats off the ground a little bit, but you could always use cheese slopes to just make it look better. I hope you found these tips helpful, and feel free to use these rock designs in any MOCs you need, and definitely share this video to anyone you think that needs help on their rock designs, because there are probably some people you know that need help on their rock design. Please make sure to subscribe, because it is completely free and you can always change your mind later. Even though you have seen all these powerful Lego building techniques, you can see them in action right here in the finale of Building Tython in Lego.